Oh yes, by the way, folks, I've been censored on FB apparently down to fewer than 5 people for the last week or so. If you're following me on FB, you may not be able to see my profile or you may not be receiving my posts like you were earlier. I'm still there, posting every day like usual, so try to find me and re-establish a connection. Your inner guidance. Me, I get people messaging me with information or telling me they can connect me with someone they know. I don't use that system. That's an intellectual system. I use my inner guidance, my intuition. If I need something I will ask to have it shown to me. Within a few days, I will manifest the information I need. I don't need to ask people for anything, I just attract what I want to know. If it's good for me, it'll come fast. If it's no good for me, I'll probably never find what I think I need. You have an internal system that helps you. You have internal guidance and you need to use it. It's that people don't use it that they get into trouble. Ivo, yes, exactly, my love. You were on Facebook. You were wondering whose profile you were just on. You could not remember the person's name. Suddenly you depressed the letter D and the person's name you were looking for appeared in the search box. This is the magic that life works by. You're searching, trying, asking, your wild goose chases, you're turning over every stone, all unnecessary when you use inner guidance. And this is how you steer clear of trouble in these times of strife as well. Keep your mind clear and you will be led away from danger. I'm currently into an anti-inflammatory low-carb diet and so I was wondering, since I want to grow them, if tomatoes have any good anti-inflammatory properties. I hear, lycopene. When I go to research high lycopene foods, which are an anti-inflammatory, cooked tomatoes shows up on the list. Yeah, I hear answers to a lot of things because I am telepathic and can hear words. Some people can't hear words, they get feelings. It doesn't matter whether you can hear words or not, you can still use your internal guidance system, your intuition. How? Just ask a question. What do you want to know? Then forget about it. Let the answer come to you instead of you going out to look for it. Yes, it works. Your higher self will find a way to provide the answer to you that you can understand. I have learned my entire life using my intellect. I have sat there looking at a course, or a book with loads of information in it that I didn't need but had to read it anyway to find the 1 or 2 things I wanted to know. This system is a lot faster, I get the information I want much more quickly. What happens is that other than the people who have put information up on the internet, you're basically able to get through life independent of other people. You don't need their help anymore because you have your internal guidance telling you everything that you need to know. You have the luxury now of enjoying relationships with other people instead of having to rely upon them to help you. Really, if all of you were on your internal guidance system, you would have no need to listen to Ivo and I anymore. Why? Because yes, we would put up information like on our website or in our books, and you would be led to these sources if in fact your inner guidance decided it would answer your questions. But the first thing you have to do is to start asking questions. Don't assume you know everything already. Be curious. That's your connection to your intuition. Understand that your answers are internal, not located externally. I don't think that using your intuition is as mystical or unusual as some people have made it out to be. If I have something on my mind, I can hear a song on the radio that tells me my next step. Just be open to whatever form your answer will present itself to you in. What I don't do anymore is spend my time searching, rummaging, fact-finding, seeking, asking others. I've dispensed with all of that and the frustration that goes along with never finding the answers you need. All I do is ask myself the question and the answer shows up soon. I am just patient and wait for it. If I want to know something about the storm, something in particular, I have a particular question, I will watch somebody's video, like, oh, this looks interesting. I'll watch this for an hour. I need a break anyway, and there you go, my answer turns up in the video. Just like that without my consciously having even thought the answer would be in there. I know. We've called it luck all our lives. It's not luck. It's part of the process of the physical embodiment of consciousness. Ivo, your people are intellect dependent, and the reason for this is because the intellect is easily manipulable. You have discovered recently some of the lies that have been told to you about the history of humanity or the world. You see a woman standing against a door that is large enough to allow a giant in. Do you honestly believe that your huge cathedrals were made to these enormous specifications to allow a 5-foot-tall 16th century man in the door? Why do you think they were made so large? Who do you think built them to be that large? What about the enormous cathedral in Cologne, Germany? When was it built? Me, it was started in 1248. So you're saying there were giants on Earth even then? Ivo, that is correct, my love. Giants roamed the Earth even back then. Me, why do we have no memory of it? Ivo, because these memories have been wiped out, or the timelines have been changed. Do you think they want you understanding that there were at one time superhumans roaming the Earth? No, of course not. They want you to believe you are helpless and dependent on them. What about your story of Jack and the Beanstalk? There is more truth in children's fables than there is in your history books. Me, funny, eh? Yes, I used to read them like crazy when I was a kid. I was hooked on fairy tales. Ivo, there is the story of the Kraken, the huge squid that came out of the sea. This is supposed to be a mythical creature, but you now know that animals and humans can grow to a large size, and yes, it does have to do with the radiation of the sun. Your trees are still at a large size, the giant sequoias in the California forests. Why not everything else? Me, I think we got off topic, actually. We were discussing using intuition. Ivo, yes, we did. You must move away from thinking of life in terms of luck. You create your lives, all of this is being created by your collective right now. Me, you mean all this nonsense? Ivo, it is simply a question of not listening when they say they will release more viral pathogens onto humanity on Earth. You must stop being afraid. They cannot hurt you unless you allow them to. That is the simple fact. That is how powerful a human is. But they do not want you to realize this. Me, yes. Ivo, there is no such thing as luck, good fortune, or even synchronicity. It is all created. Expect good results and hold that frequency in order to achieve them. It is that simple. Rid yourself of negativity and you will attract good circumstances. As the collective frequency on Earth rises through this ascension process and the transmutation of negativity, the riddance of negative beings from the planet and the cessation of negative acts, the more good fortune your people will experience. It is of good value for all who are capable of it to transmute the negativity of one's friends, family, and neighbors, because in ridding them of their negativity, you rid the collective of its collective negativity and raise the collective vibration. And believe me, your inner guidance is prompting you to do so. Why do you think you come upon beggars in the street? So you can step over them. It is so you can hand them some bread, buy them a coffee or even an Egg McMuffin. It is so you can feed them. You needn't give them money to buy alcohol, you can buy them even a small meal. That is why you see them. That is the role of the unfortunate upon your planet, to wake up the rest of you to what you can do to help the planet. Sharon goes to the grocery store and when she sees a good sale on a food staple, she stocks up. Walmart does not have collection bins for the food bank, but her other grocery store does, so she drives over to that store to deposit her win. It takes so little money to care for those who do not know how to care for themselves. So little. A few bags of pasta, or leftover turkey stuffing mix after Thanksgiving. Me, yes, I love a bargain, but I don't eat those things myself, but I know the food bank is looking for them, so I just bought a bunch, like $3 or $4 worth, and then drove back to Food Basics to put them in the drum. That's the other thing, check your flyers to see what's on sale that you can buy for the food bank, then go get it. We do have the time and the money to be generous. It only takes a couple dollars. If you keep doing it throughout the year, you've donated $100 or $200 and helped people who didn't have enough to feed their children. I heard from a neighbor last night that when he was a kid, his mother wasn't earning much, so she skipped meals so her children could eat. That is an everyday working class family here in my city. That's his history. People have to go without food so their children could eat. Anyway, we're off topic again. LOL. Ivo, it is a good subject. This is called service to others and God, and not service to self. This is how to begin to vibrate at a fourth-dimensional frequency, to donate to the food bank. Vibrating at a fourth-dimensional frequency puts you closer still to the vibration of your higher self. In doing so, your intuition gets even stronger. The more you imitate your soul, the more you become like it. All is here on Earth now to help facilitate you to do that. Me, yes, and our drive for my local food bank netted over $1,500, so I very much appreciate the donations we got, and so did the food bank because they sent a nice email thanking us after I made the payment. Maybe that'll help them with Christmas baskets, because I'll bet in these average everyday working class homes they'll have to choose between buying gifts for their kids or eating. Which is another point, There are many toy drives around the States and Canada. You can just spend a few dollars to buy a toy for a kid. Imagine how happy getting something on Christmas Day would make them. Also, we have a link to the Ocean Conservancy's fund drive on our website. Boyan Slat wants to create more trash interceptors because people are throwing trash into the waterways and it makes its way out to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. I've linked up their video if you can donate, and they're looking for 30 million. I think they're going to make it because they did 10 million in 3 days. I think ridding the world of garbage is a darned good idea. Again, this is service to others and of fourth dimensional frequency. I see 2 people in my neighborhood mowing others' lawns on a regular basis. Bravo! Now that winter is coming, there's always someone with a shovel to help get you unstuck from your driveway. Raise your vibration and start to look for the answers to questions you have. You're a self-sufficient package who just forgot everything you could do when you were born. You were taught to live via your intellect, which is the weakest part of your mind. Your intuition works far more accurately. Raise your vibration in order to facilitate more intuition, and you can do this through giving. It's that simple. Give with no strings attached. If you attach conditions to your donation, then that's conditional love and of a lower frequency. Give freely. Don't let yourself be taken advantage of. If you're scared of that, then donate anonymously. It's perfectly doable. This is a good way to raise your frequency. Ivo, indeed, and your world is in need of more giving. Power over others and service to self mentality will split from power over self and service to others and God mentality. It is so simple to do. Me, yes, thank you, Ivo. Ivo, my love, I thank you as well. Me, yes, I know I'm not seeing those pasta sales all by myself. I'm being shown. So I go for it. I want to give. I know you're showing me an opportunity one can take. Ivo, we do. We know you are kind-hearted.